Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So, in this episode, I want to build an independent cake factory. Build it down here as well. It's going to be completely separate to everything else. It's going to have its own resources, its own everything to do things. The only thing it's going to probably get is a bit of coal to help it. I don't think we're going to be able to do much with the system. That does mean that we're not going to need this factory down here for the milk, because that's going to be used elsewhere. Which is probably a good thing, because that means we're taking another strain off these grain mills here. That's fine. I have been letting these go along here. I did set these to be in the wrong type of filter. So I noticed my carts were sat doing nothing for a little while, and just changed that now. So that's filling up. In fact, these are filling up quite quickly, but once they're done, they're done. So happy with that. And they're going to. I've also re-added the 5th conveyor back to the farm, because now we have our speed to 1500%. This is outputting stupidly fast. It's actually filling up, and these conveyors are having a tough time emptying it. So I'm quite happy with that. I am going to remove that well. I could have sworn I did that already. I'm having deja vu here. Maybe I did it over there. I don't know. But we're going to remove that well and remove those, and then put in some more grain, which is going to be difficult because we don't have any grain in storage, or do we? Is that? Oh yes, this is actually filling up now. We did have a problem here where the grain mills were using more than the barn had in it, so adding that 5th conveyor helps there. And as I said, the farm does not need watering. Even at this, I believe that's the best speed I can have. Maybe not. Maybe I could have more when I get more people, but that's the highest speed I've ever seen at the moment. And the corn is growing fast enough. Don't forget, we could technically remove this path here and add a whole nother row of corn in if we want to. That's something that is possible to do. So that's a thing. Maybe we'll move this around anyway later. But right now, I'm going to actually remove all this down here. We're going to remove that and those, and we're also going to remove that barn. He says trying to remove it, there we go, and all this here. Boom, there we go. Okay. Which does mean that now this kitchen is completely reliant on that pasture producing enough fertilizer. I mean, realistically, the one that's producing the most fertilizer is probably the leather one, because the wool one is not really going that fast. So I could change that up, I think. Maybe. Or we could get a feed from this barn to the kitchen. I don't know. I I really kind of wish I'd put that barn on this side, let it run back, but yeah, I'll tell you what we do. We shall grab another wagon. That's what I'm going to do. In fact, no, let's grab a worker. You should be enough to do this. I don't know if you are or not. We'll find out, I suppose. But you're just going to carry on doing that, and then that's going to fill that storage up with beef, which I don't think is currently going anywhere, because I got rid of the barn to do it with, I think. Quite possibly. Throw it in there for you, shall we? No, there. Very strange. Sometimes you can put paths on top of these here, under the conveyor belts. So, not really sure what's going there. We still have the mystery. No, we don't. He's back. Aha! The mystery wagon that went missing in the last episode. I thought when I started the episode he was still stuck underneath the apothecary, but he's working again now. So, you were going to dump back in there. Not that I think you're going to actually be able to do that, but wrong button. Or in fact, you can just dump in there. That would make more sense. And there we go. And then you can be deleted. Okie dokie. Right. So, cake factory. Cake factory, cake factory. We are going to need more workers. We are definitely going to need more workers. So, I'm going to upgrade all these houses to level 3. Because we have the stone to do it. Don't have the cloth to upgrade any further. Is a little bit of a problem, but not impossible to deal with. I mean, that's just because this workshop here is struggling. I suppose what I could really do is move a lot of this across. Now we've got this gap here. I could move this across and I could figure out how to get beef onto that main row, and then have I could redesign this to have 2 workshops doing the wool, because we've only got 1 and it's not enough. It's not enough at the moment, so our cloth production is struggling, but let's leave that for a minute. We've got some people, so let's remove all of this here. The only thing I'm not going to touch is that iron. I want to leave the iron alone because we may need it yet. Oh, I'm not all that fussed about. We will be doing mining at some point, but iron is something that I can see us running out of at some point, and I will kick myself if I've deleted loads of iron. Then turns out I need it, so need a bigger brush size. Right. There we go. Okay, so that gives us some space to build, as I said, a completely independent system. So, what do we need to bake a cake? Cake there. Okay, cake is provided by, oh, that's gourmet, isn't it? Sorry. So we need a kitchen. Let's go and look at the kitchen. It all comes from the kitchen. So to bake a cake, we need 4 flour, 2 sugar, 1 butter, 1 jam, and 10 seconds. Doesn't require any fuel, which is good, but the previous things do. Excuse me. So first and foremost, we need flour, sugar, butter, and jam. So jam is made by apples and fuel. Apples is done on a farm. Butter is made from milk, that's from the pasture. Sugar is done on the farm, and flour is done on the farm. So we need 4 apples, 4 flour. That is flour is 3 grains, so that's like that. So we need a farm that's going to have grain, apple trees, and sugar on it. The ratios I'm not quite sure of yet. I'll tell you what, I'm going to write this all down, and I shall be right back when I've got the numbers that we need. Okie dokie, right, I am back with the numbers we need. So, we need to bake a cake. We need 4 flour, 2 sugar, 1 butter, and 1 jam, which is, the 4 flour is 12 wheat, the 2 sugar is just 2 sugar, that's fine. That's got a problem, but come to that in a moment. The 2 butter requires, or the 1 butter requires 2 milk, which means animal feed, which is 4 wheat because it needs 2 animal feed. And the jam requires 4 apples, plus fuel is required here, there, and everywhere. So we need to basically plant 16 wheat for every 2 sugar and 4 apples. That's the ratios we need to do, if it all works that way. Now there is a problem. Sugar doesn't spawn. There's apparently no game code for sugar to be spawning or fish. That's why I can't find any fish anywhere. There's nothing for it. It's in the game, but there's no way to do it yet. So, in order to get sugar, we need to technically cheat. But hopefully you're going to agree with me here. It's not a cheat because I want to get this working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down a farm. Start with a farm here. And I will show you exactly what I'm going to do. Oh no, buildings, farm. Farm should also be in farming and mining. Should also be at the top of farming and mining. We're going to place down a farm. We're going to put the farm there. Right on the coast. Is that what I want to do? Is that not what I want to do? No, I'm going to bring it in a couple. Because then there's just gap. Okay, there's a farm. There is a farm. Awesome. I'm going to pause the game as well. I'm then going to put down some farming tiles. In fact, I'm going to put down one single farming tile, which is going to be right there. And then I'm going to turn on admin mode. Now, to do this, you press the tile keys, the number next to the one on your keyboard. You do that and it brings up the admin mode there. I call it the tile key. I don't know if it is called the tile key. That's just what I do. Lots of games use it. Lots of games use the command though. If you've ever played Unreal or something like that, press that button, it comes up. It's next to one on the keyboard, not two, the other side, above tab. So yeah, and you just type admin on, and no you don't. You just type admin, sorry. Boom, and admin mode turn on. That basically allows you to place anything you want without worrying. You see, if I bring up the big menu, everything now is open. I can put down any resource I want and not worry about it. But I'm not going to megally cheat with it. I'm going to go to farming and mining. I'm going to plant sugar, and I'm going to put one sugar down right there. There is sugar. And then I'm going to go admin off, and that turns admin mode back off. And then you'll see now I'm going to go plant sugar. It won't let me do it because I don't have the resources. So that's it. And then from that one sugar, which will grow, it will harvest that, and then we will have more to plant, and then that's how we'll go. So that's the only little cheat I'm doing, and I'm only doing it because sugar doesn't spawn in the world. Simple as that. Okay, so if I unpause that now, you'll see this starts growing, which is awesome. And I suppose what we could also do with then is a barn. And I'm going to put it right smack bang in the centre of the field, like so. And that is purely just to get us some sugar. I'm just thinking I should probably move that barn. Oh wait. Hold on. We need wheat, apples and sugar to come out of this place here. So I technically need 3 separate barns doing things. So let's plan this a bit better, shall we? Let's get our farming tiles, copy that. And let's draw the outline of this farm. Wow. Along there and along there. Awesome. There we go. Right, there's the outline of the farm. Right. So if I then remove that tile, no, we're going to put that tile back in there. If I then bring up 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So, for some reason I paused the game again. Oh yeah, because I didn't want the farm to actually harvest that sugar yet. And then we build barns there like this. So we go barn, one there, one there, one there. Okay. And I do want to pause the game again for a moment. I want to add a metal conveyor there, there, there. And we want to add grabbers 1, 2 and 3. And we want to go no, don't link them. Whoa, pressing buttons too quickly. You want to grab corn, don't link them, god damn it. You want to grab, I suppose you can grab sugar. Got him. You can grab sugar, and you can grab apples. Okay. Okay. Right. And then when this one is grown, you will harvest that, and then it will come out this side, and that'll be fine. I've done that because we're going to probably have 3 going that way, because the majority of this farm is going to be wheat. As I said, we need to plant 16 wheat every 2 sugars we plant, and every 4 apples we plant. So that's a thing. We do also need to get some apples as well. I've got some apples there. Let's let's carve a path in there, shall we? Let's grab a worker. Didn't we have got a worker there? Oh, that's all completely come to a standstill by the looks of it. Okay, right, we'll grab a worker. You go there. You are to grab apples and put them all the way up there. It's a long way to go, but you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just go up there and put apples in there. Because we need apples in a barn of some description so that we can plant apples. Makes sense, does it? We have 14 sugar now, which is awesome. So we can plant more sugar. Right. So, fill this all in. Can you walk across those tiles? You can. Just wagons that can't do that. Happy with that, that's fine. Again, I'm not going to worry about watering this one. We may do, because it's not as a mission critical one. Don't quit the game. Well, I'm really good at clicking the wrong things at the moment. So, how many tiles is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 11. Minus 9. My math is not that good. 11 by 11 is 100 and... you can press the F1, F2 keys apparently to change the action bars. I knew that was in there somewhere. I couldn't remember where it was many episodes ago. Right, 11 is 121. My times tables fails me. Take away 9. We got 112 tiles there. If that adds up, that's correct. Barn is in the wrong blasted place. Damn it. damn it. Here we go. Grab the fruit. Now go over here, and then do that. Stop. Keep your new barn. Put that to be apples. Drop the apple in there. And then you can go back to regular schedule program. Grab apple trees, put in. Yay. Oh, now apparently wagons can go over that. I wonder if they can't go over it when it's actually got plant crops in. Anyway, so as I said, we need to plant 16 corn for every 2 sugar and 4 apple. So apples, I mean, we could probably put apples like there, sugar in the corner. That's 16 sugar. So if it's 16 wheat for every 2 is 8, isn't it? So if we go 16 sugar times 8, it's going to be 128. But that's not going to work because we only have 112 tiles. Okay. That needs to be less sugar than that, doesn't it? Do one completely across. What if we did 8? If we did 8 sugar tiles, that would mean we times it by 4 to get the apple trees, which is 32 apple trees. And then 8 times 8 is 64, plus 32 plus 8 comes to 104. That's pretty close. So we're going to do 8 sugar tiles, 32 trees, 4, 8, 15, 24, 32, and then the rest is as grain. Seven, 14. Doesn't have to look pretty either. I would like it to look good, but it doesn't have to. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact either. It does not have to be an exact science. because we know the farms work fantastically well anyway. Let's just plant some stuff, shall we? So let's go to our apple trees, and what we'll do, instead of adding up the numbers and making sure everything's perfect, let's just do only place on a tree planter. Right, hold on then. Plant apple tree, plant tree. Can you place on a tree planter? Right, okay. So we're going to remove 2 lines there. We'll put down a tree planter. I've not used this version of the system at the moment. I've not used it how it works. So you plant down tree planter, which basically means you're putting down the roots by the looks of it. Or is that just a giant plant pot? And then you plant the trees in it. Run out of... Yeah, that's right. So we'll do that. And then sugar, we are going to plant there. I'll wait for that one to be harvested, then I'm going to remove that one. And then the rest of it can be corn. And that's not the exact ratios that I wanted it to be. Does mean we're going to probably end up with more sugar than we actually need, but I don't care. I don't care. As long as the system works. If we find out that one's going faster than the other, or we're struggling for one or the other, is what I should say, then we can reassign things on this farm. We can change things up. I don't want to trap you in here, so I don't see any reason why you couldn't walk across a farm even when it's planted. I get why a wagon can't do it. I understand that. But I don't get why a person couldn't do it. Okay, so there we go. There we go. And that is growing. Doesn't require watering or anything like that at all. So that's awesome. And I wanted to grab something above it. Nope, you can't. Okay. You can't seem to copy. You always copy the base. Right, so there is our farm, which is producing grain and sugar and bits and pieces. It looks as if grain grows quicker than everything else, which does make sense. Grain's pretty versatile, so I hadn't taken into account how long things take to grow. Shouldn't be a problem once everything is grown, because the farm randomly grabs things. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, so we'll have barn of sugar. Let's assign this sugar to make sure nothing goes wrong with it. That's apples, and you're going to be assigned wheat. Okie dokie. Right. So, step 1, we have the base materials. Now, we need to turn apples into jam and wheat into animal feed, as well as flour. We need a grain mill, and we need we need 2 grain mills. Let me copy these grain mills here. I am going to space this out a bit. I should have left a gap around this, to be honest with you, but I'm going to space it out a bit more, because we have the space and I'm not all that worried about it. So if I put you there and you there, does it matter which way is which? No, it doesn't, because they're all going to end up coming along here to somewhere, or over there, or something. I mean, the sugar barn is just going to end up in the final kitchen, which I would kind of like to put over here, I think. But the grain mill, the flour is going to end up in the main kitchen. The jam's going to, so this one is going to become the animal feed, and point that way. Not that it matters, but then because I can put the pasture down here, and all that barn has to do is have one bit come out of it, one conveyor belt, so it's not going to get in the way. Whereas this has to have a kitchen, and this has to have a kitchen, so we need more over there. So let's grab ourselves a kitchen. or two of them. So I'll put a kitchen there and a kitchen there, I guess. Yeah, I don't suppose jam requires fuel, and we're gonna make. Hold on. No, we don't want that. Right, we're gonna put a kitchen in there, and that's gonna be our cake kitchen. Okay. So I don't want that kitchen there. That's a mistake. You're going to be producing flour, which can go straight into that kitchen. You're going to be producing sugar, which can go straight into that kitchen. Okay, so you're going to be coming out. I am going to do this all above ground. 2, 3. I don't have to do it above ground, but because I might have workers coming over here grabbing things and doing other bits and pieces, I kind of want to have all my belts and stuff above ground. Not that it particularly matters, I mean, but yeah. Logistics, I'm going to do a splitter there, and we're going to do a grabber there. Right, pause. Right, you are definitely on animal feed, and you are definitely on flour. Right. So, you are going to be making jam, and in fact, I don't know why I even turned that round, but I did. Bomb and grabber. If I do put it on the ground floor, it doesn't actually require that. That grabber is going to be turned off for the time being, because we actually want to fill this barn with a bit more apples, so we can build our tree. So that's that. Right. And now we need butter. Butter is made from milk of the pasture and then into a kitchen. Jam requires. I realised I should have probably done these the other way around and put the pasture over here. Because the pasture is going to produce fertiliser which we can use for fuel, and that's going to require fuel, and that's going to require fuel. There's no point in putting it over here. So let's swap these round, which is easy enough done. You can just switch them and they will carry on. They'll have 2 lots of storage, which is fine. Not a problem. We can just temporarily grab a cart. There's trying to find one to copy. Copy cart. Put a cart down there. You are going to take the flour out of there and put it in the kitchen. Okay. And we will then go 3. Oh. And I'm actually going to do this one slightly short because we want another one coming along from our sugar. Factory. Not factory, from our sugar storage. Boom. It's in the wrong place. Go there. Right. Right. Okay. In fact, I'm just going to put a grabber on that and a grabber on that, and you're going to make cake. Because I'm not worried about it taking the flour. I would like it to take the animal feed actually. Oh, no, I don't. I don't want it to take the animal feed. Yeah, that was dumb. That was really, really dumb. Yeah, that was really, really, really dumb. We don't want it to take animal feed off there, do we? That's it. We can clear this line here. Is that taking flour off the next one? Yes, it is. Right. You grab the animal feed. And don't put it anywhere, just hold it for the moment. So you are full of that, you're full of that. You need butter, you need jam. Right. So, turn that grain mill that way. We need a pasture. Build a pasture. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Best way. If we put a pasture, say, there. Matter. Or does it matter? No, put a pasture there, that's fine. And then we'll build a well as well. A well. Need a well. Need a well as well. Like so. Put on conveyor belt and grabber. I'm so thankful for you pointing that out to me. That's fantastic. Really, really helpful. Right, and then you want to. I'm going to do it on the floor here. I know I just said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm going to do that because it's just easier for my head. For that one, they can go round. They can go round there. That's fine. That's not a problem. And then you're taking animal feed and putting it in there. Stop. You want to produce milk. No leather, just milk, please. There we go. Right, producing milk and good old fertilizer. All right. And then we need another kitchen, which can go you take animal feed to pasture. Just empty that one out there. So yeah, we need another kitchen, which can go. No, I don't want to put it there. I want to put it sort of there. Yep, that can produce butter. Okay, and I actually want to. I can't turn that around now. Let's turn it around that way. Okay. In fact, I'm going to change this up. Change this. You can face that way. That doesn't matter. Go there. Move that. And remove that. So the well is now there. And we're going to have 2 conveyor belts coming off of this thing. The first one is going to be on the ground because it's going to be a very short one. It's going to be like that. You are going to be grabbing milk. Okay. Then the second one is going to be off the ground. Going to run out one. And it's going to run along there. And it's also going to run along there, so boom, with conveyor belts on it. No, boom, that one and that one. Then we're going to have a grabber there, which is going to be grabbing good old fertilizer, and then we're going to have a logistic block of a splitter doing that. So it's going to feed both our places separately. That is a mess, but if you can imagine what the internal workings of a cake factory are like, and that's not including growing your own resources inside the cake factory. That's not a mess. Not a mess. I could compact it more. Don't want to do that. Don't want to compact it more. I unpause that. Butter only takes 5 seconds, which is pretty good. Oh, and we need the butter to go out, don't we? Only thing I missed there. Bum, 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 bum. So, and then a grabber there. Okay. Alright. And then we need the jam to be coming out of here and also coming up to this here. That I did not plan properly. How do I do that? How do I get the jam coming out of here and in? We are going to go up and over. Right. You wagon, you need to get out of there. So we're going to change this up ever so slightly. So stop. We are going to turn off that grabber. Let's do its thing and stop, and then remove all of this. Okay, and that is actually going to go down on the floor with a splitter like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go over, up and under, and possibly around the moon. We'll go 3, like so. One, dum. Then we're going to come down as well. And I'm really not sure how, because I can't put things down underneath. So let's start there, shall we, and see whether that works. I was one off, which is awesome because that means I can just remove those there and that will still work. Excellent. Then I can remove the ones underneath. And that whole system will still work. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Remove that one there. Then we get the scaffold blocks and we bring in the slope. 8. And then we bring in a slope down there. Then we use the good old conveyor belts, which we no longer have any. We've run out of conveyor belts. Let's unpause this and let our conveyor belt construction is going to grind to a complete halt because we don't have any conveyor belts. Take conveyor belts. No, don't put it in the rail depot. Take conveyor belts and put in there. We've only got 7 of them though. We really need to get our conveyor belt system going. So this is not going to produce enough conveyor belts for what I need. No, probably not. Could have used chutes in a lot of places here. I realise that. Could have used chutes for that there and for that one there, but for the minute we're not doing that. I've got 2 conveyor belts. I'm wondering if I can. What I can do, however, is I can use chutes here. Okay, if I do that and that, one of those in there, and then move all of that, shall we? Boom, boom. And we'll put in chutes. Oh, pause. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And we want that one, we want that one. I'm not even going to worry about splitting them because this forge doesn't appear to be working anywhere near as hard as that one, so it will naturally just flow into the correct side. So that gives us 28 conveyor belts. Is that enough? Ooh, 11 left. It is. That's enough. Awesome. And we've got 5 conveyor belts left. Right. So in theory, this should now work. So all I need to do is plant some more apple trees, which I think we can do. One apple tree requires 2 apples. How many apples got? I've got 15 in stock, so that's not going to be enough to do the whole row, but that's going to help anyway. You apparently are now trapped and can't get to that, which does make sense. You could go round. Yeah, you can get there. I know you can get there. You just have to walk around. What are you thinking? Okay, so grab apple, put in barn. Then that will eventually produce cake, which I could put in a barn. Don't think I really want to. It is a bit of a mess how I've done this now with that conveyor belt coming over the top, but that was the only way to get the jam over. I could have probably done it more smoothly if I'd have run it thinner, longer and thinner. Like put the farm up here and run it in that direction. That would have made more sense. Would have made a lot more. Oh well, it's done now, and you can see how it works. It's plain and simple, isn't it? Absolutely straightforward. All makes perfect sense. It's all you know, absolutely wonderful and fantastic and brilliant. And yeah, I think the only thing we need to do is speed up this farm a bit because not running at capacity. Throw 10 workers in there. It doesn't matter if that fills up because ooh, you are filling up on bits and pieces there. You've got. I don't need to bring fuel all the way over to that kitchen, do I? What a dummy! What a dummy! I remember saying that as well. Right at the beginning, I remember going, we only need it on one kitchen. Oh. Which means I probably could have brought these along and along there. I'm going to do that instead. We are going to go there. No, we're not. We'll go there, and then along. Like so. Just 'cause I don't particularly like it going over the top. I know you can. There's no reason why you couldn't go over the top. But I don't like it. It's simple as that. I don't like it. Ooh. Wow, that was a... What happened there? There we go, that's better. That will also save us a lot of conveyor belts, which is a good thing, because right now we are kind of needing them. this does not have to be a conveyor belt. This could be a cloth conveyor belt instead of a metal one. But I don't have any cloth conveyor belts either. So, yeah. Okay, right, unpause that. So that can do that. That is the only thing that requires fuel. Why do you need... Yes, you do, because you need to boil water to make jam. Ferment it, don't you? Is that how jam works? I'm not sure. You know that? Really not sure. You've got loads of apples in you now. Awesome. Awesome. We're almost ready. Almost. We are almost at cake time. Almost cake time. In fact, I think it probably is cake time, actually. Right, so first thing I'm noticing, even before this is going, is that our sugar is, because it's a slow grower, it's definitely not growing fast enough. So I'm going to take out all the sugar. Apparently that was a mistake. We're going to plant sugar back in 2 rows. I didn't take into account the fact that it takes it longer to grow than corn. So, oops. I could fertilise those fields with water by bringing in a dike along, or running a small river along here, and that will just fertilise these tiles with water without the farm having to do it, which is probably a good thing. You are now struggling to get your stuff out of the farm, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. The only one I'm ever going to speed up coming out the farm is going to be corn anyway. I think apples and that are fast enough. So I think we are ready. Let's turn on the apple production. This is probably going to be one of the slower ones because it takes 4 apples and 1 fuel, and it takes 5 seconds to make jam. Is quite interesting. There goes jam. There goes a jam. Dum-dum-dum. Why do you... Oh, I have made a mistake. I've gone up 4 instead of 3. So I can't actually get into the kitchen there. Yeah, that is a mistake. So we need to come down by 1. So let's not waste this jam. Let's clear this jam off. Let us... I was going to say grab that wagon that I had, but I don't know what I did with it. Oh yes, that's what I did with it. So you are now going to grab jam and bring it here. Okay, and then we're going to clear that. And then put in some wood arches there at the correct level. Now, see, going 4 high is too high. You can only deliver to the first 3 levels. Well, the first, you've got the ground floor, you've got that one, and then you've got that height, and that's it. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 levels, including the ground. Anything higher than that becomes the roof. You see, there is a line there. There is a line. You can clearly see it doesn't. It's not a building. All buildings have that line, but that's where you can go. So, and I went too high. I was trying to deliver to the roof, and they don't want jam on the roof. Nobody wants jam on the roof. But anyway, jam and cake. We have cake. We have cake. We can officially let our citizens eat cake. Awesome. You're going to go and get the 1 more jam from out of there. I'm going to remove these resources here. And then I'm going to build a road. There, and then along there. And you're going to ignore it because you passed before. You knew the road was there, which is fine. And then you were going to drop that there, and then you're going to go back, but there's no more jam, so you can't do that. So instead, you're going to grab cake. You're going to deliver cake to the food market. And, ladies and gentlemen, the The Queen said let them eat cake, and we let them eat cake, and we have got 40 purple coins. It is it has been a success, much better than my words have been. But yes, we have a cake factory. This is a cake factory. Have we unlocked? We haven't yet. There are walls and stuff later on. I can wall this in and go. It's proper cake. It's the cake castle. It's the cake factory. Yeah, this is a completely self-sufficient cake factory. It did require, obviously, the resources for here. I think that's all it needed. Obviously, the resources to build it, granted, but once it's now working, once you planted the crops, it's completely self-sufficient. Completely self-sufficient. That should be able to produce enough fertilizer to keep this kitchen going. Don't see why it wouldn't. In fact, we are probably wasting fertilizer there. We could increase our production if we... hold on. That's an easy fix. Easy fix there. If I just did that and then put in a silo, or even... not package it. Crate doesn't auto output. Silo does auto output. A big difference between the two. So there we go. Now I know pastures stop working if their output, if the first bar output is full. You see there, it's run all the way to the end and stopped because it has 10 milk in it, so it's not producing any more fertilizer. But if it had no milk and full fertilizer, it would still produce milk and ignore the fertilizer. It would drop it, which isn't a problem. Isn't a problem at all. That's probably the way you want them to work, but we would be wasting fertilizer. But having a little buffer there isn't a bad thing. I am concerned though that now I'm seeing this in process, if it makes sense, that we are in fact going to run out of fertilizer. That might not produce enough for what's going on here. That's because we're out of flour. And we're out of flour because it's not coming out of the barn fast enough. Is that correct? Into the grain mill? I kind of thought flour was going to be the problem. To be honest with you. Really did. But I didn't think it would be the flour here. I thought it would be the flour. We wouldn't be getting enough grain out of there. So, improvements. We can improve this straight off the bat. Boom. Boom, boom. Grabber or two. Boom. There we go. That will back up fairly quickly, I would have thought, and is going to now fill up. Awesome. Does mean our storage barn is going to run out. Yeah. Yep, our storage barn is going to run out because of the farm is producing more of everything than we can get out of it at the moment. I want you to be corn if you would be so kind. I like corn. So you can empty the corn out of there. You're still going to fill up faster than you're emptying, which is fine. Absolutely fine. I'm okay with that. That should be enough. We are missing a corn. We're missing one. Plant grain. Plant grain. Grain. Not called corn. Grain. Isn't it wheat? Grain. Grain, wheat, whatever. I say wheat. Wheat become bread? Was it? No, barley doesn't become bread. Barley's rye. Yeah, so their names. You will understand what I mean, don't you? I hope so. I've been saying it for what, 13 episodes? So yes, so we are now producing cake, and this is awesome. That grain mill needs more people. That probably does not need 10 workers. Could probably get away with 5, I reckon. Yeah, probably get away with 5. Jam is backed up, that's awesome. Pasture is backed up, that's awesome. Pasture we can upgrade, obviously, if it needs to be. That kitchen is backed up. It is just the fact that the cake takes 10 seconds, the cake, to bake, that it does it. And I think we're just delivering one at a time at the moment. I don't think we're producing enough cake. No, we're having 3 cake. Okay, right. Let's speed that up to 5 workers. if we can't get enough cake. And you, I'm afraid, little worker, you're going to deliver that apple, and then I'm going to ask you to stop. Because, we don't need any more apples, I'm afraid. We have a self-sufficient apple system running now, so... Very sorry, but you are kind of surplus to requirements. I am tempted to just get him to grab apples and send them in there, because apples do sell for gold coins. Gold coins, we're not struggling for them, but they are definitely lower than our red coins. So, go on, let's have a single worker working. Let's not give him the sack just yet. Yeah. Right. So, talking of giving things the sack though, our harvesters, that is done. That is done, and that is done. So I'm going to delete that harvester there. Probably going to waste. Yep, that is going to waste some of those. Don't mind. Don't mind. That's done. And that are getting there. And all three of these are done as well. Right. So you can drop off in the base. You can drop off in the base, and you can draw off in the base, I suppose. And I can get rid of those 3 wagons as well. I don't know why I didn't tell the others to drop in the base. What was I thinking there? I don't know. But there we go. I'm happy with the cake factory. I think that's where we're going to leave this one. And in the next episode, we shall come back and sort out our cloth production, because our cloth conveyor belt production, because it's struggling, and our cloth production. That might be an idea. I might gut this out, move this along a bit. Figure out a better way to do this. I could technically just turn that pasture around and run along there. Then that barn, that kitchen, and that barn would end up along here, which would be right next to the railway track. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Could do that. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.